Are you ready to go from being in victim mode, feeling insecure and lacking confidence, to being in your bad bitch energy where you are exuding confidence and people are looking at you going, who is she? If yes, then this video is for you. I'm going to be talking to you about how to embody the queen archetype, the queen energy. This is one of my favorite feminine archetypes. It is an energy that you can embody, that you can get into. And this is especially powerful if you're a woman desiring a masculine partnered relationship, or if you're a content creator, if you're a business owner, or if you're a coach. Embodying this queen energy is going to be really, really powerful for you to see the results that you desire. The queen archetype is often misunderstood. We see her in the Disney movies represented as either a villain or as a weak figure in comparison to the strong kings. And this is a huge misrepresentation of what the queen archetype actually is. So thanks Disney, but no thanks. We're not going to take that as the embodiment of what the queen is. There is much more to this archetype than meets the eye. So I'm going to explain to you what archetypes are, what the queen archetype is, and how you can start to embody this powerful energy. So the queen archetype is one of my personal favorites that I now embody effortlessly, if I do say so myself. But only a few years ago, before I was getting into the work that I do now as a love, sex, and money coach, I dreamed of embodying the queen energy. I literally was so afraid to be seen by other people, to be seen dancing, even with my partner in our relationship, in the bedroom. Like, it felt very vulnerable and very scary. And by me really working through my own shadows, by doing a lot of healing and a lot of work around shame and stepping into my authentic self-expression, it really allowed me to have that queen energy shine through. So there's a lot of deeper work that can be done, and it's really powerful for humans and especially women to work with. Though just having the awareness around the queen energy, the queen archetype, and using subtle practices every single day to embody this energy is a great place to start. So that's what I'm sharing with you today, so that you can get an understanding, get curious, and see, okay, let me work towards embodying this. And I'm willing to go deep into my healing, deep into the shadow, deep into the darkness, so that I can heal the rest and just live as my most authentic self. And that's what it's really about. It's not about you trying to fit into a box or fit into a mold of somebody that you're not. It's really about you becoming the most authentic, the most self-expressed, and the most liberated and confident version of you. Playing with an archetype such as the queen just helps you to try on these different elements, these different characteristics, so that you can see what fits and really come into more of yourself, more of your wholeness, more of your alignment with who you really are, and alignment with your heart and your desires, the path that you really want for your life. So that's what it's about. I often hear from people having the concern that I don't want to be someone else. I'm not trying to be anything. I'm just trying to be me. I just want to be the real me, the most authentic me. And that is what this work can do, is to really help you become that most liberated and powerful version of yourself. I hear this all the time from the women that I work with and from my clients, saying that I finally feel like the real me. I finally feel like myself. They no longer feel stressed out or insecure or worried about other people's opinions, needing to ask other people to help them make decisions, no longer really making decisions based on what other people are thinking, no longer worried about judgment or anything else. They can just be themselves. They can be who they are. They can go through their life like, this is me, take it or leave it. I don't need anybody else's opinion. And this is what I love about the queen archetype. This is what it helped me do personally and step into the role of this coach and business owner and helping my clients. And I just want to read out a text that I just saw, or a message I just saw from one of my clients on an Instagram post I just did about queen energy. She said, "Thank you, Steph. I absolutely love embodying my queen energy. I absolutely love guiding women with their healing, yet I was lacking confidence on the inside. Now I get into this energy before my healings and I feel so empowered." She is a coach and a healer, and so powerful to see the shifts in her by embodying this energy. It's just taking her service and her magic to that next level. She already had everything within her. It's just taking it, allowing it to be seeped out through all of your cells. There are many feminine and masculine archetypes, and Carl Jung pioneered the use of archetypes within psychology. Today, we're going to be talking specifically around the queen, but there are 7 feminine archetypes, and I love to play with these with my clients and in my group programs because they're so fun and powerful. So let's dive into the queen archetype. And first, I want to nip this in the bud, this misconception about the queen. So if you think about the queen, what comes to mind for you? What are you thinking? Are you thinking about the monarchy or regal or controlling or queens that you've seen in these Disney movies? So the queen has been misrepresented. We have seen a lot of representation of the queen, and this is actually the way that we have seen it as being the shadow side. So that unloving, that controlling, that manipulative, vengeful, cold, lonely, jealous, controlling version of the queen. So every archetype has a healthy side and has a shadow side, and that is the shadow side of the queen. Whereas the queen energy, when you're in your healthy queen energy, when you're in your divine queen energy, you are a sovereign being. You are aligned with yourself. You are aligned with life. You are open-hearted. You are a leader. You are brave. You are courageous. You are magnetic. You speak your truth. There's no fear around owning who you are and owning your voice. You are powerful. The queen is brave. She inspires others. She leads with her heart, and she takes full personal responsibility. There is no room for victimology when you are in this queen energy. The queen as an archetype has really symbolized as a woman who has taken her power back, who is in control of her life and of her destiny. So the queen is an archetype that symbolizes a woman that has gained control over her full life. She takes full personal responsibility for everything within her life, within her control, and she leads herself. She has a voice, she uses her voice, she makes sure she is heard, and the queen loves to be seen. So this is really powerful for women. In those examples I used before, if you're desiring a relationship, if you're a coach, a business owner, or an entrepreneur, if you are hiding away, if you are closed off, you are using your voice, your body is closed off, and you're not in that leadership energy, if you're afraid to be seen, then how are you going to put yourself out there? How are you going to put your beautiful energy out there to attract all that you want, right? So if you are in this queen energy, if you are in your confidence, your power, your leadership, you're a sovereign being, you speak your truth in a way that commands respect, that is in a kind way. There's no manipulation. There is power when you speak. People listen to you. It's where you're in that magnetic energy where people are drawn into your space and they want to be around you because you are aligned, you are whole, and you are being felt in that energy. So the queen can be nurturing and protective. She's such a beautiful role model. The queen inspires others through her strength of character, through her passion, through her inspiration. She is not dominating, she is just powerful in her leadership. The queen archetype can teach you so much about how to be in and connect with your feminine power. She knows how to speak up for herself without being rude or aggressive. She knows how to set boundaries with other people without being defensive. And she has an innate sense of intuition that helps her to guide herself through situations, through life with ease. So if we look back to the fairy tales, we look at that queen, you can see that that is not a real representation of the queen. That wicked, evil queen is not the queen. She is not a real queen. The queen archetype is so powerful, and can you see how if you're embodying that energy, it's going to allow you to just attract more into your life and actually see the results that you're desiring in your life. And just to contextualize this a little bit further, if we use one of the different feminine archetypes, looking at the maiden. So the maiden archetype, we see this a lot represented in those Disney princesses. They're naive, they're innocent, they're playful, they get, it's the damsel in distress, they get swept off their feet, or they naively take the apple and bite that and then die or whatever. We see that maiden, and the queen is the opposite in that. So again, misrepresentation, though the maiden is innocent. The maiden is a little naive and just childlike curiosity and playful. So question yourself, how are you showing up? If we use these as sort of polar opposite feminine archetypes for the purpose of this comparison, there's a spectrum of archetypes, but let's say the maiden versus the queen. Ask yourself, what energy are you showing up at? So whether this is relationship, whether this is in dating, whether this is in content creation, whether this is going out and making friends with people in your community, whatever thing you're desiring right now, let's just put this through the lens of what energy are you showing up in? Are you hiding yourself? Are you keeping yourself small? Are you shying away? Are you afraid to speak your truth? Do you ever have those feelings where you want to say something, but then you stop yourself because you're worried that you're going to say something silly, or you'll get laughed at, or that you'll be embarrassed, or whatever it is? Is that you? Do you like to be saved by other people? Do you have ideas, but you wait for somebody else to take the lead, to take charge? Or on the other side, with the queen, are you the leader? Do you take that charge, but in a powerful way? Are you typically the person that is like, yeah, I got this. We're good. Let's go in this direction. Let's go in that direction. Do you speak with confidence? Your energy speaks louder than your words. Your energy does not lie. So although you might be saying something, if your energy is of this, is closed off, is really quiet and really small and not really sure of yourself, then it's going to sound a little different, right? Versus embodying your queen energy, shoulders back, heart open, embodying your queen energy, speaking with confidence. Even your voice sounds different, your posture will be different, and your whole energy, it can be felt. So I actually invite you, as you move through YouTube and move through different platforms, to start to run other people through this lens of what energy can you tell are in. Obviously, there's a much larger spectrum than just the maiden and the queen, but you can ask yourself, are they in their queen energy, or does something feel a little off? You can tell, and you can run that through your own lens of your own intuition and your own body, because this is where we can start to see, do I feel like this person is aligned? Do I feel like this person is being honest, is being in integrity, is authentic? I could be saying all the right things and you're like, yeah, I get this, I understand, intellectually this makes sense. If I was, for instance, saying all these things but was coming at you slouched and small, something would be off to you. You'd be like, I get what she's saying, but her body language and her energy are not representing, and they're not in embodiment with the message that she's sharing. Okay, so how do you actually embody your queen energy? You have to get into your body. So when it comes to embodiment, when we're talking about different archetypes or different qualities to embody, you have to get into your body. This isn't something that you can think through. This isn't an intellectual thing that you can say, I'm going to embody this and now I've embodied it. No, you have to actually get into your body. And what does that mean? That means using breath work, meditation, different somatic practices to actually allow yourself to be guided and to feel yourself almost becoming this queen-like energy, whatever that means for you. So you get to decide, what does it mean to me to be in the queen energy? I'm not saying that you have to wear a certain type of clothing or like imagine that you have a crown on your head or something like that. Absolutely not. You get to decide. And a great prompt for you to journal through is, if I were the queen, if I were to embody my queen energy, how would I dress? How would I move? How would I eat? What would I think? What behaviors would I exhibit? What habits would I practice? Get a holistic picture of how would you eat your food? How would you wake up? How would you sleep? How would you work out? How would you make love? All of these questions you can run through the lens of, what would my queen energy have me do? So journal out on that, and then for the next 7 days, commit to yourself to show up in that way. What would my version of the queen have me do and embody, and do those practices? So maybe you start to move in a different way, or you do specific breathwork practices to help you to embody that queen energy. And remember, because your energy is communicating louder than your words, your energy can be felt. Make sure that before you are, for instance, going on a date, you're embodying this queen. This is a feminine energy. This is receptive. This is magnetic, powerful energy. Before you're creating content, before you are putting yourself out there, that you are intentionally getting into a powerful, energetic state before you put yourself, your content, or whatever it is out there. The queen archetype is such a powerful one to tap into our inner strength, our power, embody that feminine energy, and that's going to shift how you feel, how you show up in your work or in your business and in your relationships as well. So hopefully now you have an understanding of what the queen archetype is, of why this energy can be really, really important and powerful for you to tap into. And hopefully you're a little bit curious and ready to go away to do some of those practices, those journal prompts to really start to embody your queen energy over the next week or so. And if you are curious and ready to tap into this and to be guided through this, I have an entire program around embodying this queen energy using different breathwork and embodiment practices. I created a free workshop, which is my most popular workshop, which is called Live Like a Queen. And this is a free 90-minute workshop that will really guide you through breathwork, somatic practices, and feminine embodiment, and some additional journal prompts to unlock what the queen energy means for you, how you can really show up in that energy, and you'll be guided into a practice to connect with your inner queen. And if you have any questions about the queen archetype, about anything that I've shared here, or you have questions and want me to share more on the other feminine archetypes, then let me know. I can't wait for you to explore the free workshop. You will leave feeling so liberated, so powerful, so confident, and really tapped into that queen energy, which is going to set you off into a whole different trajectory.